Hello, happy Friday everyone. Welcome to another Chair League cast. But before we get to that, I have a very short announcement to make, and that is that I am doing Extra Life in a month. And this is the donation page. You can find the information and the link down below. I've added it to my Twitch info. So you can just go to the link and check it out. See, I've actually, put on some incentives for you to donate. I am going to stream in and play for Toronto Sick Kids Hospital. It is a very, very cool place. I've been there, and the kids there are, as happy as they can be despite their various conditions. So you can see there are different tiers of rewards. If you donate, you can choose one, you can choose none of them, whatever you want to do, including some help from my friends. You see, Passionless was willing to give a coaching session for $15 for half an hour on Li Ming. If you want to learn all his Li Ming secrets, this is your chance. You can get a replay casted. You can even get a fanfic written by my friend, who is an excellent writer. I've known her for many years, so it's all for a good cause. It's all for sick kids here. So please check it out, read the page. Even if you don't donate, please spread the word. Maybe someone else will donate, and so hopefully it'll go well. What it's going to happen is I'm going to stream for 24 hours of total gaming that day. I'll probably have different games going on, but mostly Heroes of the Storm. So anyway, okay, so I'm going to hand out the draft link now, and here we go. So tonight we have Uncle eSports versus Broke the Meta. And both these teams are Division 1. They are 1-0 in their division. And I casted Broke the Meta last week, I believe, and they won quite handily. So we'll see what happens. They're playing on Infernal Shrines, which is Broke the Meta's pick. I can't quite remember what comp they favored last week, though, unfortunately. I cast quite a few games a week, and I am old, so I can't remember a lot of things. So, okay, well, I'm not that old. I'm pretty old, though. So, anyway, here we go. The draft has started. And I actually remembered to switch to the draft screen this time. Points. Alright, just waiting. So Uncle eSports has the first pick and ban as the home team. That's how Chair League works. So yeah, like I said, you don't have to donate. Don't feel bad if you can't donate or don't want to donate. It doesn't matter. I just do beg you to spread the word, though. Put it on your social media, whatever it is, and try to spread the word so that someone will donate or has a chance to donate. And please, or if you can think of any incentives you would like or other people might like, contact me. My email's on that page. Just let me know. I'm willing to do a lot of things for charity, so don't underestimate that. Anyway, so Sylvanas and Falstad, of course. Well, I should stop saying of course. Okay, Sylvanas pushing with the Punisher. You can get actually a keep with the first Punisher if you're really in control. So no surprise ban there. And of course they don't want to ban Malfurion because that should be up to the second pick to ban, but they banned Falstad instead, so this leaves them open with either Malfurion or Zarya if they want it. So that's what they have here. They do have the choice of going Zarya if they want. She is pretty good on this map because all her attacks are AoE, so cleaning up the monsters at the shrine is quite good. Instead they go for some split pushing pressure, some lane pressure with Zagara. Now this leaves Malfurion as the power pick, and they can pick up Zarya on top of that, and Kerrigan. Now, Kerrigan, along with Sylvanas, have been traditionally the strongest picks on this map forever. I mean, even before Kerrigan was buffed, she was viable only on this map. So now they can just get all the power picks, Malfurion, Zarya, and Kerrigan if they want. I don't know how well those play together. I think Zarya and Kerrigan probably play quite well together, because she can jump in, you can give her a shield. She has time to build up her assimilation shields before she needs to worry about damage. So, and that's what you want to do. You want to kind of just build up all her shields, then she becomes unkillable, and she just snowballs the fight with all her cooldowns. Especially at 7 when she gets the bladed momentum, I believe it's called. Well, whatever the battle momentum got changed to. She can just keep resetting her combo, jumping around on all the minions. It's hard to hit her with skill shots because of all the minions she can jump to in the shrine phase. So, anyway, so yes. So they didn't go for that. They went for Zul and ETC. ETC is one of the 3 top tanks right now, along with Zarya and Muradin. ETC is very powerful. I mean, he always has the game-winning ability of the Mosh. But on large maps like this, stage dive is also very viable. But of course, he didn't get buffed a lot in his latest patch, so even without considering his ultimates, he's still very good. He does lack some of the wave clear that a Johanna would provide, let's say, but you know, Uncle Esports clearly thinks it's worth it. Now, on the other side that I haven't paid much attention to or talked much about, other than Zagara, Zagara is no longer a power pick it used to be. She can be pressured in a one-on-one scenario. A Thrall can bully her out of lane. So can many other heroes. Chen, for example. Likely Uncle Esports won't be picking a Chen, obviously, because they already have ETC, but Jaina is very good for the Shrine phase and very good for the wave clear. So they've got kind of they picked the Thrall as well. So they got 2 of the best solo laners now. There's still Sonya out there if they want to counter. So the lane pushing advantage, if it wasn't for the Zul, would completely go to broke the meta. And they pick Uther. I'm very surprised at that. I guess they're just denying it because they don't want to deal with the combo, the Mosh Divine Shield combo from Uncle Esports. But I don't really think he's that good on this map or that good for their comp right now, so we'll see what happens. And I think his stun is too short to reach into the Mosh, so without him being caught in it first. So I guess he could Divine Shield himself, walk in, and stun if he needed to. Okay, so, and with Cleanse, I guess that's extra protection against Mosh. Okay, I can see why they picked Uther for sure. And then, so there's the Kerrigan ban, again, one of the power picks on this map, and then Sergeant Hammer. Also very annoying for this map. So there we go. Maybe you see the Sonya so that, you know, they're not losing the lanes too badly. With Sonya and Zul, they should be fine. Sonya also has the not quite unique, but very powerful ability to take camps all by herself and stay at high life while doing so. So camp pressure will match Zagara's, lane pressure will match Zagara's, and then Zul can take care of the other 2 lanes. Kael'thas is also a very good clearing hero with the Flame Strike build. Excuse me. With the Flame Strike build, he can very easily clear the shrine and the minions. Yep. And yeah, you're right. They broke the meta for a reason, because this is not quite a meta draft at all. No Zarya, no Malf, no ETC. They're just going for the old school meta, I guess. They broke the meta by looping back a couple of months before the patch. That's how they're breaking the meta. So we're waiting for the last pick for Broke the Meta. We'll see how they still need a tank, so I'm fully expecting Muradin here, or Johanna, right? So Johanna for the lane clear for this map is really good, and you can see that Broke the Meta values lane clear above all else, it seems. All their picks are good. At lane clearing. Like, look at this. Except for Uther, I guess, but even he has an AoE, you know, damage that he shouldn't be using to clear waves. But if he has to, he can do that. And so everyone on this side has AoE wave clear on Broke the Meta side. And with Kael'thas, Sonya, and Zul, they have very powerful wave clear as well. Malfurion can do it too. So very even on the lane clearing part. And then let's imagine how the shrine fights will go. Zul is a little bit of a liability because he usually just goes in and then dies. Kael'thas is a little bit exposed, but it's not like Broke the Meta has huge pokers either. They don't have a Li Ming, they don't have a Chromie, they don't have Hammer, any of the big pokers. So I think the burden of initiation isn't on either team. The teams are just getting ready in the lobby, so we're just waiting for them, probably discussing how they want to play the map, their strategies. It's important to work out how you want the objective phases to go, and how you want the kind of distribution of your resources to go just before the objective phases as well. So captains are probably telling their teams, you know, at 2:15, I want Sonya to go take a camp. Or the other side, Zagara, to go take the Siege Giants. Or actually, I guess this map doesn't have Siege Giants, it has the Khazra spear people. So stuff like that. They just need to work out the rotations, who's in the rotations, who's in the solo lane, and which lane. Are they going to ignore the first phase? Because that is a valid strat that... that is a valid strat that is on this map. You can completely ignore the first Punisher. It doesn't do that much if they don't have a Sylvanas on their team. So you could ignore the first Shrine, send 3 people into a lane, into the opposite lane. So if the Punisher's spawning top, you go bottom. And then you can get much more value than the Punisher would get. So we'll see if either of the teams do anything interesting like that. We see some Uncle Esports fans. The Jaina first pick is weird, but they could just have someone that's very, very good on Jaina. So super comfortable with that. Okay, so Blackout on Kael'thas, and Daltis on Sonya, Giggle Pants, great name, on Malfurion, Hollis on Zul, and the Stink on ETC, and that is the Uncle side. On the BTM side, Broke the Meta, we have Houdini on Jaina, Agent on Thrall, Area on Zagara, Surshan Sheep on Uther, and Tiny Forever on Johanna. So, it looks like we have the West Side Story opening, 5v5 mid. They're just gonna clash, you know, do their little dance. Probably no one dies. Alright, let's look at some first picks. Looks like Jaina is going for the kind of standard now Frostbolt build. And Regen Master for Johanna. Rolling Thunder standard for Thrall, Conjurer's Pursuit for Uther, and Volatile Acid for Zagara. Now that's an interesting one. Usually, I mean, I guess it does increase damage to mercenaries, minions, and structures, but not the monsters. Notice the shrine minions or the objective things are called monsters, and that is not. It does not increase the damage to that. Oh, it looks like Johanna mistimed her trait a little bit, so she didn't get the Unstoppable to stop the root from the Bone Prison, but no harm done there. He gets healed up. Now, Malfurion is a much better sustained healer than Uther is, but Uther has the burst heal, so it'll be interesting to see if Broke the Meta can capitalize on that by trying to burst someone down in fights, which means the burden of engagement will be on them. Up here we see the classic Thrall versus Sonya matchup. Sonya does have an advantage in this matchup, but it looks like Jaina is here to help. As she likes to say, I'm here to help. I'm pretty sure that's what she says. So Shade, Prog Rock, Warpaint, Shando's Clarity, Convection. Prog Rock, now there's been like a kind of a weird spread of talents from ETC right now after the buffs, and of course we only used to see one talent from ETC taken at level 1, and now we see like all the talents taken on different matches. So okay, it looks like Uncle eSports actually reached level 4 first, so they have a little bit of advantage if they will choose to engage her, but it looks like Broke the Meta will reach level 4 before anything happens. Jailers, loudspeakers, focus attack, ramping growth, mana tap. Oh, look at that nice root. Once again, we've been seeing this every game because Malfurion makes it into every game somehow. But multiple man roots. Of course, I mean, it did get buffed so that it's easier to land multiple man roots. But it's always like a guaranteed one. It's one or more pretty much now on the root. The entangle, to use the correct terminology. Looks like, wow, Broke the Meta is way ahead on the monster clearing right now, and that kind of speaks to their draft with Jaina, with all that AoE I was talking about during the draft. They're just cleaning house. Of course, I think they did get into the shrine earlier as well, and that helps. If you have this kind of lineup, you should definitely be going into the shrine first. And of course, and also Zul has actually been just pushing mid and bottom to get them the XP advantage. Look at that XP advantage they got already. It's already about a level and a half. And with level 7 advantage, Broke the Meta will not even be able to push that far. And the first Punisher, like I was saying before, it doesn't really do that much. The damage Zul got already with this wall, and probably this wall as well, is going to be more than this Punisher gets. This Punisher is going to get this wall if Uncle played it right, and it looks like they didn't. They didn't bait the Punisher over the gate, so it's going to do a little bit more damage, and it is an arcane Punisher, so it probably will do a little bit more damage than it's expected, but still it won't take more than one wall. It might take, one more structure, but that's it. Uncle eSports definitely got the better trade here. I feel like with the lead that Broke the Meta had in the Shrine minions, in the Shrine monsters, they may have been able to send one person to try and go deal with Zul. So, a little bit of a mistake here. Now, in these big maps, the distribution of resources is really important. Why I like the big maps personally is because there is more strategy in play, more shot calling. So, it matters how you split up your people. It matters when you go to places. Because if you're slightly out of position, it takes you forever to get somewhere else. So here's where a more strategical game, where a smaller map like Battlefield of Eternity, like Braxis Holdout, yeah, there's some strategy, of course, and you want to play around your draft, but it's pretty straightforward. You win the team fights, and you win the game, kind of. You kind of group up, fight, and then decide who wins the game from there. Here, you have different options. You have split pushing. You can choose not to do the objective. Things like that. You could choose to do the camps, like Broke the Meta is now, and just give up on forts. It's all about trades and decisions, and that's the essence and quintessence of strategy, is choices. And with bigger maps, you have more choices to make. That's why I love Warhead Junction so far. We'll see how it pans out later on when it gets more standard in the map pool, but for now, Warhead Junction is amazing. Okay, enough about that. Talk about this. Thrall gets caught, and this is why I always say Zul is great in the 4-man rotation, because Bone Prison is like a guaranteed kill if you have help. And we've got more. We've got the second shrine coming up. It is the bottom one, and this allows Zul to do what he did last shrine if he wanted to, and just pressure mid and top. Looks like the well actually gets taken out here, which is a big deal for when the shrine is going to be mid, and it looks like they already got out to a 10 monster lead. Uncle eSports, and they have the level 10 advantage. So Broke the Meta can't even fight, and they shouldn't. They shouldn't be anywhere near the shrine at all. And you see Thrall's going up to soak this lane, which is the proper thing to do. And they have no one soaking the bottom. Of course, it isn't kind of safe to soak here, but you could have stayed behind the wall, I guess, a little bit. Looks like they didn't really miss any XP, though, but they are going to now if they don't send someone. And they've got to be down here to protect against the Punisher, so I'm kind of confused as to why they sent 3 people top. One person would have done just fine here. Now let's see if they properly kite it over the keep wall, and then kite it to the, what you want to do is kite it to the mid keep at this point. So Johanna has to use her flashlight. Oh no, okay. So tip for Johanna players, if you use your flashlight you can get more distance, so you could get them to jump on you farther back, and then you could start kiting them top. Oh, Johanna used her trait at the right time though, and still might go down. No, the ETC ends up saving her actually with his face melt. Okay, well, it looks like they're actually going to get a keep off this, off the second Punisher. That is such value. And this was all set up by the decision they made in the first Shrine phase, where they sent Zul here to do all this structural damage bottom. And that sets up a keep, at 8 minutes. That is crippling. Now you have to worry about this lane pressure the whole time. Now, of course, getting it that early means it does give Broke the Meta a chance to catch up in experience, because all their lanes are going to be pushed up to here. That means that Uncle eSports won't be soaking this lane for a long time. They could just keep the creep equilibrium here if they're if they want to do that. And 1 second. Yeah, so they could keep the creep equilibrium here if they want to do that, and Uncle eSports won't be getting any of that XP down bottom, whereas Broke the Meta will. It's kind of like the Cursed Hollow effect, where, you know, where when you're on the curse, you need to go farther up to soak, which means it's less safe for you. Alright, so it looks like they're going to pressure mid 4. They should get it. They have level 13 talent advantage. And, oh no, the root on Zagara! Oh no, she just took 1 step too far and got bursted down, rooted and bursted down. Really unlucky there. There's a great mosh with the root combo, so Uther couldn't save anyone. Oh no, he actually went Divine Storm. I'm not sure about that talent choice, actually. I guess they were figuring they already have Sundering and Maw to cancel the mosh, so they don't need Divine Shield, but I feel like a Divine Shield on Thrall to go in and engage would be pretty helpful in this game, so we'll see how that Divine Storm works out for them. Now, they're a talent tier behind, but they're still only about 2 levels behind, so not unwinnable. You know, they're only down 1 keep still. 1 Punisher late game can take out a keep easily, and even the advantage, so they do have to be able to win a shrine though. This is still only the 3rd Punisher, so even losing this one is not a huge deal. They can win a fight at their keep if they do it right. We see leap from Sonya, actually. A hard engage for them. And here she just uses it right in the middle while people are caught in the Phoenix. The Ring of Frost does land on 2, which is great, and his combos, but Johanna's got to get out of there. There's just way too much damage coming out from Uncle eSports. And Uther's ghost explodes, never knowing the Wi-Fi password. Alright. So it looks like Broke the Meta still has no kills this game, which is very problematic. They're not able to set up their Maw into Ring into Sundering combo, which is, I think, what they're relying on to win these fights now, but they can just never get set up. That leap from Sonya was actually such a great choice, because if you let them set up this combo, their ultimate combo, then you're going to be in trouble. But if you just leap on them before they can get set up as a team, then you can see how that fight went. Like, what is Zagara going to do? Try Maul 1? That's not going to happen. or that's not going to be value enough for them. Oh, look at that 4-man Maw though. Is Ring up? Ring is not up yet, but the Sundering is. That's a beautiful Sundering timing out of the Maw. And look at all this AoE damage they're taking, but oh, they just turn it right around with that leap once again. And that's the level advantage coming into play, but they still manage to get 2. Can they get 3? Can they get Zool? No, these zoning skeletons, oh, save their lives. But 2 for 3 is actually not that bad. When they had a Punisher pushing against them, they didn't lose another keep. So I would say they came out ahead out of that phase, as crazy as that sounds. They lost more people, you know. They got some structure damage taken down. They got a wall taken down, but I would say they came out ahead for how far behind they were. Now, the question is, are we in the territory where Broke the Meta needs something crazy to happen at this point? Do they need to set up party bushes? You know, these are great party bushes in the fog here. You can catch people rotating. You can catch people kind of going up to do mercenaries, like over here. So you set up a party bush, catch someone out by themselves, especially right before Shrine phase, and you are easily back in this game, if not even in control, because the death timers are getting longer. So before that though, we're going to see this fork go down. I don't think Broke the Meta is even going to challenge this without their 16 tier talents. They'll happy getting these mercs. These are going to go, you know, away from the shrine, not in the shrine lane, I should say. So they're happy about that. They can clear up these mercs that Uncle eSports has, and then go fight the shrine if they need to. And they're going to have 16 before they really need to fight. Now this does give Uncle quite a lead on monsters, probably, and they're probably going to get the Punisher. This is an arcane one, so ooh, this could be game ending actually. So Broke the Meta will probably want to get in there as soon as possible. Jaina has to spend her Cone of Cold to try and clear this fast enough, and it looks like, oh my god, already a 20 monster advantage in the blink of an eye, and this is the power of picking AoE heroes on this map. It looks like they have a zoning Phoenix down, not really catching anyone or doing any damage. This is the chance. If they can land the Maw, There's a 4-man Maw, beautiful by Arya there. And can we set up the Ring of Frost and the Sundering? Oh, and the Divine Storm all on top. So much damage going down. 3 people down. They do get the Punisher, but they can just clear that up after getting the full wipe. There's the combo I was talking about that they had to set up. Sonya did not leap before the combo came out, and that's the problem. If she doesn't leap, everyone's stacked up in one place, and you saw what happened. If she leaps in front, people are scrambling to deal with her. They can't get that Maw. Oh goodness, that was a big mistake from Uncle eSports. And look at the level advantage, completely wiped out. That's what I was saying. Right? That was what I was saying. All they needed was one fight, and they're back in this. The bottom lane is pressuring, so they're going to have to send someone back. And they are still behind, quite a bit behind on structure damage. And I always say this is a 2-resource game. It is experience and structure damage. And they've equalized and even taken the lead on one of those fronts. So they are far from losing this game now. Of course, Uncle eSports still can do some tricky backdoor plays if they need to. If they're getting super desperate. Looks like Thrall gets got out here. That's unfortunate. Giving some of their lead back, but they're still okay. There isn't that much that Uncle can safely do with this. And Zool falls off a bit in the late game. I mean, amplified damage helps. Helps him stay relevant. And it's not like he's totally irrelevant, but at level 20, compared to someone like a Jaina, compared to a Zagara or a Thrall, he is not bringing the heat. It looks like there's an invade going on. Knowing they're one person up, yeah, smart play by Broke the Meta. Just give it up, clear it up after. No need to risk a fight here where you could end up losing a keep or even the game if it goes bad enough. Remember, their bottom lane is open, so they're the danger of them losing the game is much greater than Uncle right now. Any team wipe or 4-man disaster, and Uncle can just walk through bottom and core. So next turn phase. Now this is on the bottom lane. So Broke the Meta has to win this one. In fact, they need to go now. They need to not worry about this. Just let the keep take care of the mercs. And it looks like, oh, Uncle is setting up the smartest party push. And oh my god, I can't believe they didn't leap on Thrall there. They could have gotten him. Can she get her trade off? Johanna did not get her trade off, gets rooted. Nice Sundering, and 2-man Maw. And here's the Tranquility. Can it keep any people up though? It can't. Nice Flame Strike though, catches 2. That is so much damage, and the Mosh keeps them in place. They couldn't land their full combo, and Zul actually makes it out. Unbelievable. Now, Uther is not level 20 yet, so he won't have the talent that brings him back to life. And it looks like it's just a 2-for-1 trade. I think, wow, that actually went better for Broke the Meta than it should have. Considering that was a great mosh, they set up a perfect party bush, and they kind of waited to see if they could get more than Thrall. And they ended up doing it, but kind of because Uther was walking in for the Divine Storm, so... Oh my goodness, they can't lose this though. I mean, it is only a Molten Punisher, and they can try to kite it to the mid keep, and that is their only hope. I guess that's what they're betting on doing. But if not handled properly, this Punisher will end the game. So... It is an 18-minute Punisher, so we'll see how Broke the Meta play this. If they can come... I mean, they did a great job coming back into the game so far. They're down only 2 kills now, which obviously doesn't matter anymore. And there they go, kiting it to the mid keep. Great job by the Johanna there. The captain, Tiny forever, knowing his role, what he needs to do. Now they need to get... He needs to get it to jump on him again, and then kite it to mid-keep again. But there's the jump onto the back line so that they can't set up their combo, and Jaina is pressured so far back that she can't land the combo with the rest of her team. There's the ring. It does hit 2, which is great, but the game is over. Unfortunately for them, they took a 20 versus 20 fight, and they had a chance, but like I said, the pressure was on if they didn't get that Punisher, and they couldn't get it. You know, tough spot for them. That was a great party bush by Uncle right before that shrine phase. They knew that Broke the Meta would rush to get there, so they just took the path that they think 1 or 2 people might take, and then just crush them there. Now, it still was very dangerous because it was a tight choke point, but once the Maul was out and once the Sundering was comboed on top of that, they knew that there weren't very many Mosh saving options, and Johanna was unfortunately not able to interrupt. So that was actually a great game. I was kind of scared it would be a stomp after the early game, but that one team fight, the power of Broke the Meta's draft with all their big team fight ultimates that chain together and just destroy the other team. They managed to pull it back, but in the end, that smart party bush play just they couldn't come back from that. So we see Kel'Thas leading in hero damage. That's not usual anymore. I mean, in the height of Kel'Thas's power, that was a thing, but usually you don't see this anymore. So great job by him. Everyone died in this game at least once, so no deathless shoutouts tonight for me. But lots of siege damage coming out from Zul and Jaina. Look at that. Great job by Jaina. And that's kind of we see why Jaina was first picked by well, I mean, they had the second pick, so she was picked in the first phase for Broke the Meta because Houdini is obviously a very good Jaina player. I thought even like with no setup, she landed very good rings. So props to her on that. we all know that. We've all seen our pub Jaina's miss rings that don't have setup. So, and even on the ones that were set up, she timed them nicely. So we can see he was very proficient on Jaina, and that's why she was picked in the first phase. Even though they probably could have got her in the last phase if they wanted to. So nice play, and once again, that leap choice by Sonya, that single ultimate choice, pretty much, I wouldn't say won them the game because obviously broke the meta, could have come back, but that choice really saved the game for them. Without that hard engage, without her just zoning the backline, and what's important is that she zones them before they combo up for their ultimates. That disruption. Even if she dies, I think it would be worth it. That leap would have been worth it. So good choice by Sonya there. So I'm going to show you the talents. Once again, I'm Dualistic. If you like my cast, please give me a follow. The VODs will be up on YouTube. And please check out my Extra Life page. It is for charity. I'm going to be streaming 24 hours straight, playing games 24 hours straight for charity. Donate if you want to. If not, please spread the word so that just get more eyes on it so that people might donate. I haven't set a very high goal, but I will increase it if I do manage to meet it. There are some incentives there for donation that I made up myself, and my friends were so kind to help me with. So thank you very much once again. I hope you guys have a nice weekend. For the Canadians out there, happy Thanksgiving weekend. Enjoy your turkey. And I am out. Thank you very much for watching, everyone.